Well, I mean, it's one of those things where last week we were down 21-0 in the first quarter. Here I told them at halftime 7-0. This is easy. Just just make the corrections we have to make. Tighten up on defense. Throw a 0 up on the board and let your offense find a way to win. And that's what we did. We found a way to win. That was they played tough defense today. They filled the gaps. They tried to take away our inside run. We figured out a couple combinations that were working. Jeff does a nice job. Anything that was working, they fixed. They stopped, and we had to think outside of the box a little bit. But the bottom line is our kids kept fighting.
Well, tell me about your own defense, making those 2 big goal line stops in the first half.
Well, for us, that's our strength. Our strength is in our D-line, so when they run the ball inside, we feel like we have a better chance. We were waiting for some kind of play action or some kind of QB, a QB play action that didn't come. We were able to stuff it up the middle. That's kind of what we were hoping they were going to do.
Getting on track in the second half, like you said, it was only a 1 score down. How important was it to come out and have that, not only to score to tie the game, but have that long drive where it really seemed to take a lot out of their defense?
Well, we wanted to do it in the first drive.
Okay.
That's what we were looking to do. To even it up right off the bat and even that score coming out of the locker room. We failed at that. We got a good punt away, changed the field position, got a stop, and then we were able to put the ball into the end zone. And then from there, once we tied the game up, our defense just really clicked and stepped it up and played really, really physical, which you had to do. Their number 44 is a hell of a player. We had trouble with him. We ran away from him, and he chased it down. We ran at him, and he was a tough kid to block. But their linebackers played extremely well. They were scraping, they were filling, and they were doing a great job of stopping our run. But we kept with what got us here, what Pee Wee football is, and that's running the ball hard.
Yeah.
And that helped set up some of the play action, some of the passes that we ended up having success with later on in the game. The shovel passes. The passes over the middle, but we going to the outside, and we tried to hit that seam. And we got Jace. Jace was open, broke a tackle.
I was going to say he'd been quiet for most of the day. I think he had a 1 catch before that.
And most of his routes were going to the boundary. So we went to the boundary. We changed it up. To a corner post, and it was there, and we hit it.
And he made not only a great catch there, but the presence of mind to break up free from that tackle, spin off his hip, and keep going.
Keep going, get into the end zone. And as a senior captain, that's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah,
he embraces that. That's when you need your players, your playmakers to step up. And Jay stepped up for us today.
Who are some of the defensive guys that you mentioned that you thought played really, really well?
Jimmy Fester is the anchor. Yeah. I mean, he's the anchor. I mean, teams have trouble dealing with him with one player, which draws a lot of double teams, sometimes triple teams on Jimmy, and that opens up the door for guys like Dylan Anise, Jaden Betts, Corey Dooley,
Mastrocola,
Matty Mastrocola. Allows them to get some one-on-one blocking. And Mastrocola's a big, strong 300-pound kid too.
Yeah.
You try to block him with one guy, you're going to have trouble. So it's more of like how they're going to handle Jimmy Festa. Is basically how we stop their run. Okay. What are they going to do to number 55?
And what does this do for you guys, Mark, just to get rid of this losing streak?
Well,
and feel good about going into the playoffs now?
We talked about it before the game. I don't think we've lost 4 games in a row since my first year here. And I told them that. I said, guys, this is not that team.
Yeah.
This is not the team I started with in 2000, whatever it was, 13, 14, whatever it was. This is not that team. Don't let this happen to yourselves. And in practice, we kept on pushing that. We kept on pushing that and making them understand that, we don't want to be remembered as the team that brought the program down.
Yeah.
We've been up the last couple of years. Yeah, we lost some really good players, but we still got some pretty good players in uniform here. We don't want to let that reputation or that stigma come on this team. We have to step up and find a way to beat Beverly and get to that state tournament. We talked about everybody losing yesterday in the Division II power rankings. That the door was left open for us. We have to make that step. We have to pull together as a team and stop pointing fingers at each other. Get over the fact that we have a lot of injuries and go out and make plays. We made just enough to get by today.
Perfect. Always good to see you.